Let's cross live to SABC reporter Patricia Visagie in Pretoria. Patricia, a very good morning to you. What do you have for us at the National Orders this morning?
Well, a warm good morning and welcome to the capital city. We are at the presidential guest house. Of course, a prestigious event about to take place right here. It is the National Orders, a ceremony that seeks to honor various, people who have performed outstandingly so in various fields. As Alicia has just mentioned, the various names that will be honored by, of course, the country's first citizen, President Cyril Ramaphosa, of course, who will be bestowing those orders upon the various recipients. A long list, of course, of people who will today be acknowledged and recognized for the roles that they have played in terms of contributing to the country's, of course, freedom and democracy, and what they continue to do for the country. The formal event will be starting at around 11 o'clock. So let's speak to the DG of Arts and Culture, Mr. Vusim Kize, who is joining me right now. Good morning, sir. And of course, welcome to the SABC News. Let's start with the program. I see performances already taking place just to build up the mood. The official program, of course, is set to start at around 11 o'clock. Just lay out what will be expected.
Now, thanks very much, Patricia, and good morning to your viewers. Now, today, the program will be, as we're starting now, people who are just coming in to register, those who are invited guests with their families, that is the awardees, as well as their families. But also then thereafter, there will be a ceremony conducted by the President now to bestow the honors that are to the deserving, both citizens and non-citizens, friends who really put their lives, who really put South Africa's interests at an international stage. So they will also be then recognized. But then thereafter, there will be, of course, a photo shoot that will take place. But what is most important, I think, with these national orders is just to explain that is the highest honor any government or state can bestow to a citizen or a non-citizen who has excelled either in the fields of science, technology, economy, in the best interest of South Africa. And that is why we talk of a baobab. That is where that category fits in. But then you've got those in Ikhamanga, a National Order of Ikhamanga, which then also recognizes those individuals who have excelled in the fields of arts, cultures, and music. You then have got, of course, Order of Luthuli in relation to selfless service, where people have done everything they can to make sure that South Africans get in a peaceful state that we want to have, but also internationally where people have contributed really to peace and democracy that we have. So then we've got, of course, OR Tambo, a national order for OR Tambo, which is also a critical one, where the heads of states at an international state have acted in the best interest to promote South Africa at various areas. So it's the best way in which a country or a government can honor those who, in the best interest of this country, advances our lives, our democracy, so that South Africa can at least take its rightful place or her rightful place among the nations of the world.
And I'm sure it also serves as a platform to continue to inspire many to, of course, contribute to the country's prosperity and add value to the country's democracy.
Extremely correct there, in that once you can see that the country recognizes its best people and its best hard-working, selfless, sacrificial people, you will then, even at a younger age, because this is not just about age, it's just about your contribution to society, and that is a contribution to make South Africa a better country to live in, a better country as a role model among other nations of the world. So it is an inspiration that it doesn't matter what I do, my government will recognize me, will bestow this honor at that highest level. There can be nothing greater than your country saying to you, thank you for what you've done for us. So young people and people in various fields will be looking at this and say, how can I stretch myself more? What can I do differently? How can I be more innovative? Not for myself this time, but for that which will advance South Africa. So we believe that these honors, being also done by the president, the first citizen of a country, really you cannot then be less inspired when you know there will be this moment in life where South Africa, through its president, will say to you, you've really done exceptionally well. We recognize you and we say to you, thank you very much. But go on and do the best you can. So it is an inspirational in itself, it's an inspirational aspect of life.
And I think this year, as is perhaps even more important, we're marking 24 years of democracy. It is the year that has been proclaimed the year of the former liberation hero, the father of the nation, Utata Nelson Mandela. So those who are getting these honors this year, perhaps something to tap themselves on the shoulder?
Yes, it's quite a wonderful coincidence that an icon who is the first president of a democratic dispensation, who himself sacrificed so much to put the country, of course, not alone, surrounded by very brave South Africans, who today some of them would be recognized posthumously, because there are those who have passed on already. So they should be saying, whoa, on a centenary year for Madiba, on a centenary year for Mama Sisulu, on a year in which we also celebrate Sobukwe and Robert Sobukwe as the great leaders of this country who contributed to our democracy and our freedom. I was those selected few who received this national order, and therefore I think they should be feeling quite special in that sense. But of course, every award and every awardee every year is a special award. But it's just that this one, the father of the nation, mother who did so much to contribute, also turning 100, that is Mama Albertina Sisulu. So I think, yes, it should
It's a great time to be alive.
Yes, and it's great to be here on such a wonderful day.
Just before we close this interview, how many people will be honored today? Just the total number.
Oh, the number, I've not really counted the exact number, but it's quite a number because these awards are separated in various categories of gold, of bronze, of silver, and each category will then have a number of people that are recognized. But I think when the president announces these orders, and as well as TG Lubisi, they will be able to indicate in summary. But it's quite a number in various fields that are being recognized, and according to those categories for each of them.
Sorry to interrupt you. Lastly, before we go inside, how exactly does the nomination happen? I'm sure members of the public who are watching this interview right now are wondering, how do you guys actually select the various recipients of these national orders?
Well, there is a panel. The public will submit nomination or recommendations that will be then forwarded to this panel. This panel will sit and sift and analyze how people have really made this contribution, because you don't want your national order to be ridicule, also to be a sign of mediocrity. You really want people to say, wow, it's a right, it's a deserving person. So that advisory panel will then make recommendations for the president to consider, and then after that, those people will then be informed that you have been nominated for this year, and there is a very huge machinery behind that of government in different departments working with the presidency to make sure that these orders and these recipients are the deserving people. And therefore then it's a whole lot of a process, but at least the public is given an opportunity to also make those contributions to say, I think this person deserves it, with a motivation why you say that. And of course then the panel will look into all those and then make recommendations to say indeed this person is befitting the honor of the highest order that the country can give to you, or him or her.
All right, thank you so much. That was, of course, the DG of Arts and Culture, Mr. Vusi Mkhize, just giving us the layout of what is expected here at the Presidential Guest House in, of course, the capital city. In case you're not aware of what is happening here and you have just joined us, of course, we're coming to you live. It is the National Orders ceremony that is taking place here at the Presidential Guest House, where, of course, various people who have achieved great results and who have contributed immensely and have played a pivotal role to building the country's democracy, who of course today will be honored by the country's head of state, President Cyril Ramaphosa here. And as you can see, as I said earlier, activity taking place. You can see the performances right here behind me as we are building up to 11 o'clock when the official ceremony will be taking place. A long list of recipients that will be honored here for their outstanding work, their great contributions. And as of course Mr. Mkhize just said right now, it's not just South Africans. We also have eminent foreign nationals who have also contributed to the country's democracy and who have also played a pivotal role in terms of helping South Africans to fight the apartheid system and ultimately achieve freedom and democracy in the country. So today is their day. They will be honored and of course greatly recognized for the important role that they have played and continue to play in building a prosperous South Africa. On top of the hour, 11 o'clock, we will be bringing the program to you live inside. Stay with us.
All right.